Good morning, everyone. Today is October 22nd, 2021. Thank you for joining me. I was just going inward for a short meditation to see what my little girl was up to. And actually, she was really excited to feel empowered in sending out our love and healing to all the children around the world who need us, who need our love and our healing and our support, as well as the adults who are vulnerable and are not able to take care of themselves. So let's just take a moment to take a deep breath and send your love and healing and self-empowerment to those children to help them raise their own vibrations themselves, to empower them to do this for themselves, but also send them love and healing at the same time. So let's go ahead and take that deep breath and send those blessings out to the world. Take another deep breath. I am of God. I'm grounded to the earth. Mother, Father, Christ, Sophia, and Mana Creator, please armor us all with your love. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One more deep breath. Okay. So I'm going to get right into the message of the day. The messages were really cool today. There's a lot of poetic rhythm, so to speak, in all of three of the reads. So I have a union read, a twin flame general read, and also the message of the day here, which I did last night. Let's roll the die first for the twin flames to see what kind of energy comes up for you guys. We have Taurus again, which has come up this week. We have the North Node, which came up again. And we have the number 12. And 12 is the Hangman, which traditionally would be Pisces, but I always get Capricorn more. And then 12 is also Sag to Capricorn. The Gemini energy here and Taurus energy here. So following the Gemini North Node, which is also the energy of the lovers and the twins, and the 12, we're coming up towards the end of the year, going into Sagittarius and Capricorn. And again, those energies of follow through and perhaps some stubbornness too with Taurus there. Kind of leading the way towards the North Node, right? Pushing our way in that direction. Because 12 is also a culmination energy, like finishing up the year with a bang, I'm getting. Okay, so you can imagine Gemini and Taurus, you know. I don't know if I'd want to be their target, but yeah, there's some very powerful energy in that, as well as that Pisces Capricorn energy of leadership and otherworldliness. Because Capricorn is the only cardinal energy there. I'm sorry, along with, yeah, there's actually a nice little balance there of fixed energies, and then Gemini and Pisces are both those mutable energies that are very flexible, kind of like the go-between energies. So I'm going to show you the pictures, and we're going to get right into the read. Whoop, that's not it. That is the message of the day. All right, so this is the message of the day that I did last night, late. So this was actually today, because it was late last night. This is the union read. This is a 4D, 5D, 6D read. It is the 4D, 5D, 6D, the feminine on the left, masculine on the right, the bridge between them in the center. You see the Two of Cups there again. The incoming divine feminine, the outgoing divine masculine, the underlying energies, the closing energies. And again, this is the Syrian Starseed deck. This is the full 7-deck read in front of you. This is more of a general energy read as opposed to the physical union read. And it is general, both of them. So if something doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. The 7-deck read has the energies of the Syrian Starseed deck. We have the Mini Rider-Waite, the Romance Angels, Tarot Sexual Magic, the Numerology deck, the Gilded Tarot, the Universal Golden Tarot, which is this deck here. And we pull Oracle cards at the end as well. The Message of the Day cards are the Wild Animal Spirit guidebook, the Lenormand Reverie, and the Gilded Tarot, as well as the Kipper deck. So those are the decks used in all the reads. And here we go with the message of the day. This was at 1:06 to 7 last night, so that today, actually, today's date, October 22, 2021. Oh, excuse me, it's 2021, but it's the 22nd, I believe. It is the 22nd today. Yes, it's Friday the 22nd. We have, let's see here, 2, 32, 34, 36, 37. So today adds up to 37, which is that King of Cups and unconditional love, along with the 22, which is the Fool's Journey, right? So it's the transition from the end of one cycle into the next. Okay, so very beautiful energies. Completion with the King of Cups, unconditional love. The message of the day is the underlying energy at 1:06 to 7, which is the Magician, and then the Lovers going into the Chariot, which is the feminine and the masculine, the Lovers, the feminine within the masculine, ascending. The Bat is the underlying energy with the Power Man, the Five of Pentacles, and occupation. So again, the Bat energy of lost in space, perhaps lost their way, and feeling scared, even though they have wings and they're able to fly, they're not grounded or haven't learned how to ground themselves, and perhaps just feeling a little bit out there. The Power Man being angry or dealing with releasing anger issues, left out in the cold. The Divine Masculine with energetic exchange, or in energetic exchange, a lot of back and forth, whether it's communication or traveling or energetic exchange, as the Divine Feminine's occupation, or someone occupied by this energy. But there's definitely that energy of working, a lot of back and forth energy, whether it's at work and doing something, or just energetically, like I said, or communication or travel. Or there's just constant movement here. The Dragon is just there, kind of watching, keeping an eye on things. And the Dragon is very much that energy of the solar plexus, your inner higher self, confidence that kind of keeps an eye on you. While the Frog is watching the fish out of water, and the Buffalo, who's very well grounded and heavenly too, and the Cheetah watching them, but the Bat is disconnected. The Page of Cups romance here, a vulnerable, innocent romance, looking closer at the details, grounding and integrating and mastering, or that GIM acronym of the gym, or perhaps the name, that love, and receiving and anchoring down the wounded warrior, twin flame, angry, King of Pentacles and King of Swords upright here, and the rejected devil, and orgasm energy, letting go and out in the cold. The union judication, offering love to the community with unexpected income perhaps, and the message of concern regarding sex and passion and a higher love at 125, which is the Magician and the Knight of Wands, of a boy leaving in poverty for unconditional love. So again, that's the energy of the blind men and orphans, walking away and within to be love as opposed to being owned by the matrix. The mature man, free to change, with the hermit going within, that can just be hermiting as well, and in the completion of a marriage, which can be a business marriage as well, coming together, the Empress, abundant, occupation, and energetic exchange. The first grouping here was the cosmic egg, and this was so significant last night. I wasn't expecting this message coming up, but there was so much the energy of different perspectives. Let me see if I can dig up those 3 cards just to give you an idea. I'll show you the picture as well. It was the cosmic egg. Let's see what it was. Okay, here they are. All right, so these were the first 3 cards out in this message of the day, okay? And they're showing you 3 different perspectives of the same thing. For example, right, this is the collective awakening with the Kundalini snake wrapped around it. But you're seeing this, and it's not sealed, right? So the tail and the mouth aren't sealed, just like this card. It's the same. So this is showing you from the side. This is showing you from the top down, like the crown, and seeing the third eye from the crown. And then here's the lamb seeing it head on with the energetic crown above their head, but no direct sight of the crown above the lamb, okay? So this is how it starts. There's 3 different perspectives of the same thing, and we're talking about the crown, okay? So the cosmic egg, crown, which does represent the crown in this deck, of broken sexuality, and the innocent lamb, the target. Initially, it was two perspectives of the body and the world, same thing, 3 perspectives of the same thing, whether it's the human being or the whole world on Gaia. One side is more protected, and the other is very exposed, like the underbelly, exposed. And then the lamb here is a bullseye, target practice for them, the innocent, easy target of the feminine or masculine, with their ears out and down, picking up the ground, right? Trying to pull in the grounding energy, avoiding the sound of being shot at. Russian roulette. Okay, so the lamb is an easy target, right? They're just sitting there like a dead goose, right? They're very innocent and sweet and great target practice for those who would come against them. So again, remember, this is the wound. The ears are down, and it's, I hear gunshots all the time because there's a police practice place not too far from here. And of course, they start shooting at the most inopportune times, right? Right when you're sleeping late on a Sunday morning, or, in a perfect place to make you feel vulnerable and attacked, as opposed to safe, which is what the police are supposed to make you feel like, right? But you're not. You're hearing guns being shot at times that are supposed to be a peaceful time for you. So again, the cosmic egg crown, the broken sexuality, right, of the Kundalini snake. One side more protected, and the other side very exposed as the underbelly. The lamb then is a third perspective, the bullseye, the target practice, the innocent, easy target, with their ears out and down, picking up the ground, avoiding the sound of being shot at, Russian roulette. The adventure of the masculine rider, magician, their kingly perspective, that's the first one, the cosmic egg, and the other side of the journey, and this isn't just the masculine, this is the masculine within both the female and the male. So that first pile is representing the masculine and the adventure of the masculine rider, magician, who's kingly, and their perspective. And the other side of the journey into the subconscious underbelly, the more sensitive then of the feminine, and then the lamb with new passion to write or communicate about the masculine dumping a load, responsibilities, or taking off a load, and the feminine with a message as the Page of Swords innocent scribe of big love, the Holy Grail love poems of the innocent top down, the head-on third perspective of this lamb, the masculine with bad health and conflict and competition, the feminine in a picture on the wall. There's another wound for you, that all the feminine is someone to long for as an image on the wall, that the man gets to think of with romantic notions of lost love and a sudden epiphany that she is an inanimate object, a piece of artwork to own. As the innocent little lamb inspired focus with eye on self-love of the masculine by the cycles of the moon. So here the lamb or the child is combining the masculine and the feminine with focusing on self-love of the masculine, with direct focus is very masculine, and then the cycles of the moon of the feminine, as the emperor courts her, and then courtesan came up. The court is on. Therefore his pleasure, the king, the chase and the kill of the easy prey, the skinning of the lamb, becoming the wounded warrior masculine in child's pose, begins the human journey, or in other words, the human race. The second pile, Spirit's connecting with me. The second pile is the shark and the elephant. Now the elephant is the prey, large and in charge, and yet sharks with guns who want their tusks, their ivory, their eye teeth. Where is the bullseye in each? For the divine masculine was out of view, the divine feminine wide open, and the child target practice. The elephants like the divine feminine and child between, as they dip their crown down to allow humans to ride them. So they literally expose their crown to humans as they allow them on their back. The shark in nature preserves, gardens, a wake-up call to the hermit's gifts and flowers, and how precious they are. The shark naturally fulfilled by excitement of the great fortune, a big catch or score, and the elephant within of a gift, but also can triumph over the field in dancing with the false person or duo, because the elephant never forgets, and the next time they come around for a ride, they may regret. So at 202 here, which is the two high priestesses, or judgment and the high priestess, of one in their knowing, right, with their secret knowings and able to keep it to themselves, so kind and so loving, but don't mess with them if you aren't going to kill them, was the message there, right? Because the elephant is very powerful. They're a very kind soul, but they're also the biggest animal walking around on the earth. The shark's gold. The name of this grouping, so to speak, is the shark's gold in the cell block 8 tango. The third grouping is phoenix, tarantula, the bee, and the snake. Rising from the ashes at the why me in the road, with busybody B, an A-type personality, with too much weight of the world behind them as the collective awakens, and they hover to see if the tarantula is ready to come their way. The phoenix commitment to the ruby red slippers, the knight of wands powerless to the main male of Oz, i.e. the wizard. The tarantula king of wands rugrat, an imp or thief in the night. The page of cups with multiple faces of vulnerability, not resonating with the bee who's getting on their nerves as the queen of cups crosses difficult bridges with the collective. The knight of wands with the king of wands, the page of cups with the queen of cups, the masculine lower chakra system and the divine feminine upper chakra system. On the 4D bridges, a rocky road for smaller creatures in a big guy's world. Profound transformation of the whole world. Powerless to the main male. Annoying bugs under the radar, with message of chariot infiltrator, the vehicle to get in and spread the word, or perhaps the infection. The bee without honey dies. A ship without water and the weight of the world is no good unless it can fly. With a lot of horsepower, Atlas or Hercules if they're available for a nanosecond. The Queen of Cups twin bridges with the Knight of Cups reversed, working hard to mend the fabric between them, testing each thread before using in the weave of tension, magnetic pull. It must be equally strong on both sides to maintain the constant push and pull, the levitation, in other words. The fourth section here is the hyena and the turtle, the trickster and the slowpoke, half and half versus taking it black. One sits on the fence to ensure, one sits on the fence to ensure, or excuse me, the way I was writing it was wrong. One sits on the fence, the hyena and turtle, the trickster and the slowpoke, half and half versus black, where one sits on the fence too insecure to make a decision, and the other waving traffic around them to have time to think in the dark, under their shell or safe haven. the hyena's home with the emperor in prison with thief, Queen of Wands, or his father's home being stolen by the Queen of Wands thief, married for money, 20 years under their belt, black belt in feminine wiles, as I'm losing my voice here, again, I'm going to say that again, or the father's home is being stolen by the Queen of Wands thief, who married for money with 20 years under their belt, black belt in feminine wiles and use thereof. The turtle destined to cut to or cut out the chase altogether, unable to keep up with the energetic exchange until death do us part. The Emperor and the Queen of Wands with hostage at home, but the turtle's able to keep up the shaft or the heist, rather go it alone than to an early grave, to her afternoon delight, with her man on the side, or is that a woman she hides at 224, the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands, Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde, Batman from Mars, and victim occupied by energetic exchange at 225, the two of the High Priestess and the Knight of Wands. So there is your message of the day. So we're going to go back to the physical union. So this physical union was done at 6 o'clock on the nose. And the elephant just came up again regarding the nose. Double zeros, a lot of source energy backing up the 6 of the lovers. This is a 4D, 5D, 6D union read with the 6 of swords in the underlying energy, the King of Swords in the center, and the 9 of cups at the end. And then I was getting Ralph Smart, peace and infinite waters, diving deep as the King of Swords finds self-satisfaction, and the incoming divine feminine with the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords, finding peace in their emotions. The Queen of Cups, that loving, kind, and intuitive person. The Queen of Cups enjoying them, offering time, money, and effort, and or new life. The groundbreaking plant under a tree, releasing messages from them, and or about trees, or going through a portal. Me and mini-me coming up. Sage of the sea, and seeing with your eyes in your ocean of emotion, the sea of the Christ consciousness, and the ace of cry or purging, the adept of blind men and orphans, releasing sadness from the heart and anger from the liver. The Queen of Cups with groundbreaking information to send to the King of Wands as she dives deep and he breaks through. All right, so she dives deep in these certain emotions. He then has a breakthrough, feeling it on the other side. The 4D here is the Knight of Pentacles and the Luna or the Moon, the Ace of Cups. The divine feminine proposal of crystal light, the divine masculine exuding with love, self, spiritual, and new. Bridging with the full moon energies to release, the Knight of Pentacles offers help, and the divine masculine offers big love at the full moon energy here. The 5D is the King of Wands, King of Swords, and the 10 of Pentacles, the divine feminine King of Wands shaman, with the sun at the left back or the feminine side of the past, which can be a mother energy, and stonewalling to lean on or fall back on the right. The divine masculine 10 of Pentacles, family, business, or community, or world at large, in the garden of prayer, and bridging with the King of Swords guarding the family jewels. Sensei, right? So here is the karate master type energy here. The King of Swords guarding the family jewels, the sensei. Sense A, B, C, D, or of the E or energy, to the F of expanding and contracting, the G of God, and G, a 3D H lap dance would be nice. After all, I, J, okay, LM. So it's coming up as like she is, not me. I, J, okay, it's L, not me, right? Or L is, LM. And LM comes up as the Elohim, and the M of Imana, or the Pleiadian word for the feminine god that they call. And then NOP comes up as Nope, in the Christ human housing of Nope. And the Q, or the quantum leap, are S, like Toys R Us. QRS is the quantum leap of Sophia. Then T of the toggling up or time out for UV of the X at the Y equals Z in the end. And we all know it happened with O, human embodiment of Source, and Z in the end of Oz. This is, after all, no place like home, or justice, after all, said and done. Truth and balance, the key to the Emerald City, where the pink lady is compassion of the day, and black is all fizzled out after the monkey play. The 6D is the Queen of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Three of Wands of the Divine Feminine Queen of Pentacles with a stiff upper lip, and I wrote still instead of stiff. So the Queen of Pentacles with a still upper lip, and coin fading into nothingness. And remember, we're in 6D here, so coin really means nothing in this 6D. But manifesting this, the Divine Masculine present in the moment to the gift of flame, and bridging, again, in the Two of Cups, the garden of Gethsemane and Eden. The outgoing Divine Masculine is the Nine of Pentacles, sovereign, the karma and the chariot. The sovereign without karma and ascending quickly as the Divine Feminine Durga drives all the five senses crazy, very satisfying in the end. 6 rays of Mary Magdalene and service for 9, or of 9, the new life upon us without a dime. The 9 of crystal, the sovereign, the Christ, like crystals, the plasma, heart key, as it drives the monk key in the middle to expand sensei to sense B and seeing and feeling the light. The 9 of Pentacles sovereign in the secret garden opens the crown to drive the 9 of Cups sovereign crazy in secret cave, mausoleum, or wine cellar here, or perhaps underground ruins. Definitely an Asian influence here with Indian and Thai or shaman all suited up at 647, the lovers, and the 47 of the 7 of Cups, synchronicities and choices, and heaven in their eyes. The Divine Feminine puts it out there, and the Divine Masculine responds in kind. She with the Ace of Pentacles, and he with the Ace of Cups, and they're both being directed toward each other. She moving to his side with the 9 of Pentacles, and he preparing service for 9 or 9 choices for 6 rays of Mary Magdalene, only the highest of vibration here. The 649 is lovers and getting their wish of the 9 of Cups. The Divine Feminine with the Knight of Pentacles proposal to the King of Wands for the Queen of Pentacles, and the Divine Masculine excited with love and exuding with love for the 10 of Pentacles family, business, or community, or the world and heaven on earth of the garden of prayer with flame in the moment, red dawn at night, say L, or delight. So it's like coming up as, say it or else, say L, or delight. So this is coming up as sailor's delight. Say L or delight. So if you say the L, or you get the light. Sound or color, music of rainbow, or the Knight of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles, kids perhaps, bring the King of Wands to the Divine Feminine as the Divine Feminine goes to the Divine Masculine, or DM. The Divine Feminine Knight of Swords sends a message to the Master of Ceremonies, and he explodes with love towards heaven on earth, bearing gifts and ascending to the 9s. Bridging at the full moon, the King of Swords with the 2 of Cups. Pilate is upset because Jesus got off the cross and won't play anymore. They're too busy with Mary Magdalene in her den. Pilate left on, and Herod, or Herod, turning left, singing songs. Who would have known he likes the same sex, as Pilate scrams on the lamb never to be seen again. Damn the torpedo, blocking their fire, as Herod is not Pilate's desire. He's inspired by JC and Eminem. The Divine Feminine with the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Swords on her side, along with the Knight of Pentacles, King of Wands, and Queen of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles, a lot of court cards on the feminine side, no major arcana. The the divine masculine with Aquarius and Cancer on their side, and the sovereigns, both the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, and the Ace of Cups, and on the Lamb. Between the masculine and feminine is the Cancer full moon and the King of Swords, which can be that Aquarius on the masculine side, the Cancer full moon, or a Cancer and the full moon, and Aquarius King of Swords, which are the two energies that came up for the masculine here. As the Cancer full moon is January 22, 117, and then the full and new moons from now to then were coming up. So we have the next are 11/4 is the new moon in Scorpio, and then the 19th of November is the eclipse in Taurus, right? So that's a partial lunar eclipse at the full moon. And then we have December 4th, the new moon eclipse, which is a full eclipse in Sagittarius, and then 12/19, which is the full moon in the Gemini, which is the twins, which is at 27°28, which is the Ace of Wands and then the Two of Wands of the twin flames. So that's very significant too, going into the 12/12 portal. And then we have January 17th, which is the full moon in Cancer, which also the day adds up to the 24, which is the Queen of Wands, but it's also that, I always get that as the end of karma on a community level, and it's also Omega. So November to December eclipses of Taurus release and Sag new moon. The full moon in Cancer at the end of January then is Aquarius, going into Valentine's Day, which also has been coming up as significant and came up again here today. So 2/14/2022 adds up to 22, which is the Fool's Journey. And by the way, 2/22/2022 equals 30, which is that union energy. So we have also TG. So Thanksgiving was coming up, but TG is also coming up as Thank God. And then TGIF is coming up as Thank God, I expand and contract, or I reflect. And then it came up 7/22, which is the Chariot and the Fool's Journey, ascending on the Fool's Journey. So the overall number for this read was 41, which is the Ace of Cups of self-love, spiritual love, and new love. And the horizontal pillars came up to 20, 10, and 11, which is Judgment, the Wheel of Fortune, and Justice. The vertical ones came up as 6 Lovers, the 1 of Magician, 2 zeros, which is Sorcerer Space here for me. The 2 of High Priestess, the 14 of the Temperance card, which is right there is the 214. And then 909 came up, which is 2 Hermits and the space between them. So the message came up here as the wake-up call destined, finding Judgment 2 of Justice in new love. Grounding and integrating instead of 007 again. So again, James Bond's been coming up constantly all week, which is funny. My father loved James Bond movies. So instead of 007 today, it's coming up as, instead of 700, the reflection of 007, it's coming up as 6 + 1, 00. 2/14, Valentine's Day, the Hermit and the Hermit with space between them, exuding with love. Lover's Magic, 00214 or 7, as 99 wanted space and brought in 0, a single agent, and bond, or a bonding agent. So it looks like Agent 99 is dumping Get Smart for, or Max Smart for James Bond. It's really funny how they bring up these little plays. So this was really funny because the night, not last night, but the night before, someone I used to work with texted me because they wanted some pictures of my dad, and his name is Maxwell, and then Maxwell Smart comes up. So then I looked up Maxwell Smart to see what kind of information was coming up about 99. So Max Smart is Agent 86, which is the reflection of 68, which is the Page of Pentacles, and 86 it, right, is to get rid of something. And Max knew Agent 99 in Get Smart since age 24, which is the Queen of Wands, and it was coming up as 1965, which would then put her being born around 1940 to 41. In 1968 then, which is the reflection of Agent 86, 1968 is that Page of Pentacles, said they had worked together for about 5 years, which would then come up around 1964, not 1965. She was raised in the country, probably her mother's property 40 miles north of Twin Falls, Idaho, or Idaho. Her father is dead. He was a spy too. And you see my picture with my dad. He looks like a CIA agent. She holds awards in shadowing and multiple languages, and dancing as well, as violin and harp with an excellent voice. For years she tried to get him to notice her, eventually gives up on Max and quits Control, which is her agency, and gets engaged to Victor Royal. Jealous beyond words, Max follows her to Royal's casino and reveals him to be a chaos agent, which is the enemy's agency, K-A-O-S, which is so funny because my dad's name is Koss, his nickname. So she returns to Control, depressed, but more secure about his feelings for her anyway. So in 1968, he confesses and says he would, so they're like in some kind of trap on the show, and he says he would marry her if they could only escape the current situation in the impossible mission, quote unquote. She gets several engagement rings from him. One actually ends up being stolen, and another ends up shattering during a song because it's obviously not a diamond. And after 1 year after wedding, they give birth to twins, Zach and her namesake, which nobody ever knows, and baby makes 4, which is there, that emperor, and also the 4th section is the Godhead. That's why it's not part of the 3D. In 1989, with twins in college, she is then writing a book called Out of Control. The publisher is in chaos, which she doesn't know, so then Max gets reactivated at that point to get them apart, and they save the world together one last time at 7:44, the Chariot and 44. And that was just coming up from Wikipedia. So the Chariot and 44, which is the grounding, integrating, and mastering of love, or that energy of Atlas, of the social worker even, or perhaps the spy who loved me. So then we go into the read in front of you at 7:51 to 52, which is the Chariot with the King and Queen of Swords in it, ascending together. At 8:01, S for Sophia comes up. Excuse me. Say it soft and it's almost like praying. Sophia. I just met a girl named Sophia. Sophia. I just met a girl named Sophia. All right, so it's paralleling Maria. At 8:01, and Spirit's connecting with me, the 8 of the dance of the magician embodiment. As we finish the read at 8:13 with all the clarifiers, the 8 of the dance and manifestation, and the 13 of the death card, the end, the transition of Dark Night of the Soul. The twin flame read with the major arcana of justice and indigo, which is the magician energy. And before the read came up Luna, karma. The indigo is the magician, karma is judgment, and then Tower and Strength also came up before the read. After the read, the death or transition card came up with alchemy, which is the temperance card, and Starseed, which is the Fool. 1 cup, 4 swords, 3 wands, and 1 pentacle here of 14 and 31, which is the higher love of the angel and the temperance card of patience and balance. And then the 31 of the 5 of wands of the battle, the conflict, the competition, the game playing, or the sports and fun, the acting, and the pursuit of happiness, or on a quest for the impossible dream. The Queen of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, Page of Swords, and Page of Wands all came up as court cards in the read. Before the read is the Page of Cups and nothing afterward. And we had 3 4s in this read, which is very much about the angelic realms. So triple 4s and 89. So Agent 99, here's 89, which is coming up as the expanding and contracting, or staying in the middle and reflecting instead. The 89 of the Phi. So this is Agent Phi. And then we have the 1, 2, and 7 also coming up as significant, with 7, 8, 9 just in time, but also that's the 5D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is the 3D, 4D, 5D. And the angelic realms of the triple fours here, which add up to 12, which is a completion mark. And the 1, 2 of the hanging man, which represents the Jesus and Mary Magdalene template. The code line here is all about manifestation and love partnership, and the number 4, again, of the emperor, but it's also stability and building and structure, and the Godhead. And manifestation was broken up into manif and E station, and also love was broken up to LO and then VE, and then the part N-ership, or just part N and then ER-ship. So the messages came up as a crazy sudden event for aid or addy, seeking to see key in the union of divine justice, of the wine indigo, the wise, I said wine, so maybe there's winey indigo, or a wise indigo, or 9-inch nails, grandmother. So it can represent the grandmother with long nails who always sticks them into you when she's pissed off, but also can represent Jesus on the cross with 9-inch nails. Also the enemy, seeing the emperor's aid, seeks the energetic exchange key of the SAG union of divine justice with 2 vines twisted together. And then the justice was coming up as Jew, Sty, and then CE, which is the seal, coming up as 2 vines, right? 2 as 1. The Jew's path to be sealed. The Jew's father's seal of approval. Clearing indigo, ninny, or contents, or the worthiness of man. The E station of the balanced VE, the Christ mercy ship, or stationing now moment, in holy place of offering, the egg mercy ship, pulling into the station, stationing at 0 point. And then Bob Fosse came up, and rusty blue-green Fatima. The whole, as in not the whole thing, but a whole in something, right? That Bob Fosse, especially in the movie of all that jazz, was very depleted and definitely had a hole in himself, right? Because he was always like psyching himself up in the morning to get through the day. Bob Fosse, rusty blue-green, with a hole in his heart to be, dear sister, who's expensive to function and or run. The 4 of the emperor and the aid or addy, seeking to see the key of the union of divine justice with wise dear indigo. And the 9 of the hermits that are not even in manifestation of a love partnership of ease station in the now moment and Christ's mercy ship. Man, if E stations, the low holy place, part of his mercy ship, was coming up there. It's pretty funny. And then we have the read at 8:39, which is the dance or manifestation of inner and outer strength of the 39, which is the Knight of Cups, of being and offering love. The 4 of Cups upright, again, which is that energy of, in this deck, about wishing on a star, right? An island unto yourself, sitting on a rock in the middle of turbulent seas, unable to get to the little rock next to you, kind of like Long Island and Plum Island, the little one next to it. And I always get the energy of them actually being the same rock under the water, but they come up as 2 separate islands. And then the Luna underneath that was reversed with the Karma upright, the 4 of Wands upright, the Tower upright, Strength upright, and the Page of Cups reversed. Deception or up before dawn, in a wake-up call, judgment, announcement, clarion call to come home, suddenly with sudden event, epiphany, sexual exchange of strong vulnerability and rejection, grounding and integrating and mastering of love, especially receiving it, not telling in a heated exchange or falling out or with bad memories of the past or lots of arguing or not expressing your true feelings of love, lies split when offered love and marriage of commitment, with Atlas slaving away and healing and forgiving and stressed out, with the Queen of Wands reversed, perhaps not sleeping or suffering in silence, or perhaps that your sister who's having those issues and purging here. The cycle complete, coming full circle, the neighborhood, the world, and sealed divine feminine reaping rewards in need of peace and boldly moving to secret passion. The polarity under control after bridging brought out of the water on steady ground. And this had nothing to do with the two islands I just described, being connected underwater, but it's bringing up that same idea of being connected underwater. So again, the polarities, right, the two ends of the two islands, one bigger than the other, under control after being brought out of the water because they're connected underneath, but you can't see that. On steady ground now, so the boat's been taken out of the water. At 8:50, which is the dance and the 50 of emotional fulfillment and happy family or happy ending, taking the show on the high road to find peace with them. There's Cancer upright and reversed here, Taurus upright, Aquarius upright, Scorpio upright, Leo upright, and Pisces also both upright and reversed. 5 notches or gold stars aligning, getting pelicans in a row, as the Queen of Swords reversed is very hurt and silently reaping rewards of daydreaming and speaking their truth, getting deliveries, making announcements, of dreaming of the messenger of truth and the knight in shining armor. The grounded flyer and the constant gardener, together in deliverance of news. The soulmate comes up, and notice news is Christ on one side, Sophia on the other, because N is, capital N is Christ for me, and then S for Sophia on the other end, then the ooh is in between, the ooey stuff between. Soulmate comes up here, and beneath it, honeymoon. Detoxing chaos, and also chaos was Max's, their nemesis agency. So detoxing chaos and Agent 99 in a heated exchange at the gate as the divine masculine is still taking directions from them, with sweets and tweets in the words, or at bird feed, or in the woods, or at the bird feeder with big love at work, and scissors magnet coin on the stone pillar, with bird and dessert on the twin pillar on the other side. Eyes wide shut, as one is setting up an event or Halloween party with herbs and exposed logs and lots of kissing, perhaps, for the Page of Pentacles upright, and it hurts so good, setting self up to be burned again, or fell off the wagon, or setting themselves up to fall off the wagon by participating in something like this, which may not be good for them. Or the love train coming up here with the 6 and the lovers, and beneath it, financial discipline of 48, walking away when you need to, especially when it has to do with financial discipline. So the underlying energy here, unstable home, with the Page of Swords or message of overindulgence or underindulgence, either way, meaning no joy or no coming together, with the 10 of Cups upright, happy family or ending, or this is the sham fam looking all perfect on the outside with a lot of mess on the inside, like news. The King of Cups reversed, in need of unconditional love, destined, also in need of tools to manifest, Cancer in Sagittarius, or home at the eclipses, or in January, with engines churning, and R2D2 here, Fern and Peds, or Christ Mass colors, right? So we have the Christmas colors. Or emotionally detached or unavailable Libra, manipulating or insecure, needing tools to manifest, or with Gemini reversed or Virgo reversed in their chart, Tootie and the facts of life. And then the train went by tooting at 9:04 to 5, which is the Hermit, and then the Emperor going into being the Hierophant, or that can be Aries and Taurus and Virgo as well. Moving or visit with the Page of Swords, who needs to socialize, with the King of Cups reversed, destined to learn to manifest, or the King of Cups magician's secrets, he keeps them close to their chest. Grounding and integrating star power here. At 9:08, the Hermit and the dance and manifestation, and not telling about perhaps their bad childhood, their falling out, or their difficult kids. The secret passion with messenger of truth rushing in. The Page of Pentacles, student or opportunity or invitation of love, number 6. So instead of love train number 9, number 6 was coming up here, of the lovers, which is more of a community level as opposed to the 9 of the world level. the underlying energy of the full moon, of the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups, looking in the same direction. They're both upright and looking the same way. And after this read comes up the energy of a negative past, or the past returning on break, where Atlas, working too hard, satisfied with self, and working to align with the Empress reversed, either abusing their power or stepping down, with those in exile or sick and injured, and the Knight of Swords upright, withholding or saving for new life in the sun, or perhaps playing hardball here, exposing all, released from prison, with dark night now in bliss of vulnerability, allowing themselves in. The Page of Pentacles upright, the good student or opportunity, and or invitation or research, perhaps a project rejected, or shy and vulnerable, or the Page of Cups reversed may have tripped up with the King of Wands reversed, with an opportunity to play ball, first thing in the morning perhaps, or first thing and coming clean, or cleaning up the car, the chariot, or cleaning up the act for Cancer, or to ascend. The Queen of Cups is upright here, strong, with announcements, decisions, and wake-up call, with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, stuck, with the Page of Wands reversed, or unable to function, or stubborn and frustrated, or all over the place. The King of Wands reversed, those can be two children, they're stuck with two or one child. The King of Wands reversed may be frustrated here because they were a very good student, but the Page of Cups reversed and the Page of Wands reversed are not at all like them. Perhaps he's tired of doing all the work for them. With Cancer upright, Leo upright, and Aquarius all upright here, the foundation here is the Knight of Wands upright, with sexy slow burn, with twin Queen of Cups, or met their match, and losing patience, or fallen angel, and spender, with the Empress upright here, which can be a mother or grandmother, or boss perhaps, or Sagittarius reversed and Taurus overspending, or Taurus or Empress put herself above the Knight of Wands and Queen of Cups, and or she with codependent children, and the central energy of the Queen of Swords reversed, cutting out the crap on the road with secret passion, connecting two as one to co-create and let go and manifest big time in the pursuit of happiness. The challenge being the injustice, or Libra reversed, and the lies, and that can be someone with Libra in their chart, and the lies or divide of the Queen of Wands reversed, who's either tired or sick and tired or pissed off. She could be abusive as well. And or the Queen of Pentacles reversed, who could be the same person with earth and fire in their chart. No options, defenseless or without an excuse, released from prison, depressed or with injustice. Or Aquarius and Libra both reversed here, lovers at war or facing their fears of sharing codependency and letting go of energy vampiring or cheating scenario, with two bulls split and the Chariot. The red flag kept out of view as to not trigger a stampede, with the Hermit missing their flame and coming out about it, the new passion and burning the past as the fallen angel, or losing patience and sharing too much while healing deception, or up for work really early, manifesting with DNA wand. The King of Wands reversed is tired, sick, or angry at 9:31, which is the Hermit, and then that conflict or expansion and the pursuit of happiness. Now, in the crowning moment here, so the crown is a big deal today, the Nine of Swords, of suffering and silence, stressed out, not sleeping, and yet satisfied with self, receiving new projects or sex, and the whole truth of keeping their cards close to their chest. The King of Swords reversed, manipulator. So we have the King of Swords reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed. She's in the center of the read, challenged by a Libra energy reversed, which can be that King of Swords. But also there can be an Aquarius that comes up reversed here too. So getting over loss, regret of home and family or house and celebration of union, in need of attention or with a bad reputation, feeling of failure under the radar, with the Ten of Pentacles, fantasy, perhaps fantasy woman or fantasy family, or perhaps she's a fantasy woman because she has a fantasy family, tackling the bore or forcing them to drink the water, lacking faith or fell from grace, and the King of Swords reversed, knowing about death and dark night and yet kept to themselves. Scorpio, Knight of Cups, or Dark Knight and Knight of Cups, or an offer of love to the King of Pentacles who's snubbing them while detoxing boredom, or grounding and integrating and mastering, and it could be masturbating too, grounding and integrating or mastering multiple love offers here. And this could be someone who's arrogant, right? He's a good man, right? He's the King of Pentacles upright, and yet he's kind of snotty because he gets love offers all the time. So for him, it's like same old, whereas for most people, it rarely happens. Perhaps the Leo upright and Scorpio upright and the King of Pentacles upright with Capricorn in their chart, with strong sunshine and exposure or kids and pets, and a sudden jealous rage of the Knight of Pentacles reversed, or Taurus King of Pentacles, or stubborn Taurus with King of Pentacles superhero refusing to wake, despite the Ten of Pentacles family, business, or community efforts in a wake-up call, announcements, judgment, or rescue efforts. Soon here is the Queen of Wands reversed, ungrounded, or with the Queen of Pentacles reversed out in the cold, socializing, or hanging out in exile together, injured or ill, perhaps going back and forth to doctor's visits, with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, stuck, or out of work, or unable to function, and sharing with the Emperor reversed, who's a hothead, or blowing his cover, crown, or his mind, or the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Emperor reversed, sharing epiphanies and or sexual energy, without an option, the King of Pentacles falling from grace or lacking faith in the Knight of Pentacles reversed, or the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles both reversed, who could be siblings, in their reunion after split from the Queen of Wands reversed, or the Queen of Wands reversed and or Queen of Pentacles reversed, which can be two people or the same person, released from prison. So literally the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles could be that Queen of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles. Or the Queen of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles are siblings or a couple, and the Queen of Wands is either the Queen of Pentacles reversed or she's separate from them. So we have Aries reversed, Scorpio upright here, and a lot of stubbornness. The twin flames seeing themselves as the Page of Swords upright with a message to bring, stepping it up. That can be immature communication as well, but not negative. The Ten of Cups is upright here with emotional cycle complete, and the King of Cups reversed with conditions and in need of peace, or feeling left out of the family because it's all about the family happiness and not his. Where the worst is over and the bliss of the Page of Swords on a quest to come out, or to get the Hermit reversed to come out in a twist of fate with the sealed divine feminine, the world, and or Pisces or neighborhood, with Virgo and Libra reversed and Pisces upright here, along with playfulness, to keep an open mind, to release your ex, and make an effort here. Around the twins are how they're seen as the Page of Wands reversed, who may be frustrated, sick, tired, or uninspired. Oh, perhaps they're the wounded warrior here, or there could be a Page of Wands reversed and a wounded warrior who are pissed at each other. On the wounded warrior is definitely on guard, and the Page of Wands reversed is turned the other way, with synchronicities and confused by their options of heaven in their eyes in 5D connection, on break, at rest, or messages that are calming the wounded warrior and allowing them to then sleep. So they're pissed off. It's like they're pissed off in their 3D reality between the wounded warrior or the Page and the Page of Wands reversed. They can be the same person there, but either way, it's that energy of being very ungrounded and pissed off and all over the place, or sick and tired or uninspired, or they're two separate people. But then seeing synchronicities or seeing all their options and then finding peace or being able to sleep then. So finding something good and seeing their synchronicities there. The block here being indigo proposal of manifestation of love partnership. Flirting, showing off, putting truth aside while doing this, showing muscles and cracks on purpose for one spying on them, or they're exhibitionists. They only get off when they're being watched. So when, there's center of attention or stripping or whatever, it's that kind of energy at 9:51, which is the Hermit and the King of Swords. So, whatever it takes to get attention. For some people that may be doing sexual things, and for other people it could just be being really super social and talking to everyone, like drawing them in, like you are flirting with them communicatively. So it doesn't have to be a sexual thing, but definitely can be as well. So someone being show off, showing their muscle, showing their power, showing their sexuality to get people's attention. And again, it can be a specific sexual thing where they can only have sex by being an exhibitionist, because that's what turns them on. So hide and seek in release, walking away while the other is present, the gift, but the other must find a place to hide. The King of Pentacles, with the family wake-up call to fun and sun, or to expose all, the Ten of Pentacles family, business, community, or world, or legacy, in rescue efforts to wake the dead, to heal and forgive deception at the workplaces, or churches, schools, wherever you co-create, manipulating their DNA, like forcing you to take the you-know-what, if you don't want to. And the King of Wands reverse could be exhausted from all of this, or the angry man or abusive man forcing on people something they don't want, or in other words, the man. Coming out of hiding, no more games, leaving presently, and released without an excuse, or defenseless to it. One big lie, or split and divided, transitioning to break, losing patience, and out of options and lacking faith, falling on their face or from grace, and being strong, taming the beast, with Leo, kids, or pets here, or dealing with big egos, a big wake-up call at 10 on the nose, so triple zeros behind the 1 of the Magician, or double zeros behind the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, and a turn for the better. So whatever this is, it's for the better. It's just you may not be able to see it until hindsight. Trying to prevent kids from falling, or to let go of injustices, trying to teach your children how to let go of those things and follow their heart instead. Grounding and integrating love, the Knight of Wands with a message of frustration, or the Page of Swords upright, along with the Page of Wands reversed and the Page of Pentacles upright and the Queen of Swords reversed, right? So we have the Page of Swords and Page of Pentacles are upright, but the Page of Wands and the Queen of Swords are reversed, and challenged by the injustices of the Queen of Wands reversed, and indigo, manifesting a proposal, suffering in silence, or sister with stress or sleepless nights, to release self from a prison, defenseless to... I didn't write Lee, but it looks like the name Lee here. So releasing self from prison, defenseless to the lie, but the word Lee is coming up as well, the split, the divide, and the BS, in transition or break, or laying something to rest, the 5D connect with fallen angel, and the twin flames without options in the fall. Grounding and integrating and mastering, or perhaps you're dealing with the gym, and the Page of Pentacles lesson of research and or manipulating energy, or in need of tools and feeling insecure. The Knight of Wands rushing in to the Queen of Swords reversed, who may be suffering in silence or unable to sleep. This could be a sister as well. Purging, perhaps. The challenge being injustice of the Page of Swords, stepping it up, or a message to the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands both reversed, who could be siblings or a couple, about indigo proposal and manifesting release and purging, defenseless to drama or a group, a divide, split, or lying in death, end, transition, and dark night, on break, thinking, or on the beach, not blending in, losing patience or fallen angel, or a pit in your stomach, out of options or unable to implement, and taking a fall with no new fresh start, even after the fall, even though you have been strong here at 10-10, or whoever this is, which is 2 Wheel of Fortune, so a 2-wheeler, as opposed to the Chariot, but a turn for the better, even so. So Sagittarius, impatient, but motivated. Libra and Aries, things are not in their favor here. Aquarius is mixed. But Gemini, Leo, and Scorpio have really positive energy here as we go into Scorpio. And Libra may have taken a hit, while Gemini got a lift. The Page of Swords, Aquarius or Gemini or twin, on a quest to build it, so they will come. Okay. All right, so that was the message. And let's pull you some oracle cards here. We're going to pull from the yoga deck to see what kind of stretch comes up for you. Take a deep breath. All right, a bunch just dropped out on the floor. And also the same one that came up yesterday came up again today. That's extra though. The bottom of the deck is this one here. I'm going to close up and clarify it a little bit so you can see it better. All right, so this one's the underlying energy, the hair. And so you can read the directions if you want to do that. And then the ones that dropped out are, there's a bunch here, the kneeling lunge. So here are the directions. And there's the picture of it. You also got the cat and dog stretch, and again, don't overdo it. Don't push yourself too hard, especially you overachievers. Do it gently. And if you're not sure you should do something, then don't do it or ask your doctor. Okay, and then here is just the Sufi's mother's breath. And one more in this position, which is the half locust. Okay. So those are some stretches that may help you today. And let's see what Metatron has to say as well. These came right out. Dragon strength, fire, so perhaps calling on dragon energy. We also have the pyramid here, like a crystal pyramid, the fire energy of the 19 of the sun. So very much the ego coming up here with the sun, but also happiness, fully energized, exposing everything, being like a child again. But there's dragon energy, so it's much more fierce than that kind of sweet energy. And then we have the wake-up call of listen and take note. Okay, so the clarion call was coming up for the read as well. The 11 of justice, which is truth and balance. The wake-up call to justice, to listen and take note. Okay, so there's very kind of polarized energies here. One is very lower chakra system and the other is very upper chakra system of the sun and justice, of the dragon and the angels, the angelic realms, and the 444 came up, which is angelic realms. So again, the elemental realms and the angelic realms are coming up here. And then the indigo, the mystery and mastery of life. And again, this is like that 4 of cups where you're sitting on an island to yourself, looking up at the star, making a wish, as the indigo, which is the rebel warrior energy of the star seeds. 21 is the world. This is that feeling of satisfaction and completion energy here. The mystery and mastery of life and all the wonder, right, in the world. And just really learning to appreciate that energy here. And also focusing on the chakra system of the light body and the 38 of the Queen of Cups, who's loving, intuitive, and kind. Very much in touch with her emotions. Okay, so there's a lot of purple here of the third eye and then crown as well. And then we have the happily ever after of Disney World, the higher realms and magic of Lilac. 54 is that Page of Swords, which is the message you bring. You are the Page of Swords today. Okay, and there's lots of indigo to violet here. So the third eye and crown, after dealing with the dragon energy of the lower chakra system, okay, because that was the first card out of the sun. After the dragon's strength and the pyramid of light, of crystal light, comes the wake-up call, the clarion call to listen and then take note within of justice, truth, and balance, and then see all this purple that comes up here of the indigo of the world complete, the 38 of the Queen of Cups and the chakra light body and the system, and then the energy of Disney, of the higher realms and magic. And it's just, feeling that heaven in your eyes, literally, that feeling of wow, like that magic really is real, that dreams can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. And we have the green of the heart healing. 39 is the Knight of Cups. So you have the Queen of Cups and Knight of Cups coming together here in the heart. and the bottom of the deck is the key on your path. Remember to set boundaries every day, and the 14 of that higher love. So again, this is taking the higher road through the portals, and you have the key and the shadow key. Make sure to set your boundaries, right? The portals are kind of like boundaries for you to remember every day to keep yourself within a certain energy of love. And then we have the silver beneath that, which is very much the Queen of Swords type of energy of the feminine light of the warrior, right? When she's been wronged. And also I get the silver for the feminine, right? So we're all born with the gold energy, like the gold coin energy of the Christ consciousness. But when women have children, one of the messages I got was they lose their gold coin because they pass it to their child. And so until they learn to love themselves, they don't get their gold coin back. They're working with the sword until they get that self-love back. So this is very much of the wounded warrior feminine, and the silver of the union, right? Pulling the sword from the stone, which is coming up as the moon here, right? The false light. Until you learn to take that sword out of the false light, you can't get back your gold coin, which is like the key here of the higher love. And remember to set boundaries to not allow others to walk all over you. So let's see what the Animal Spirit deck has for us today. Take another deep breath. That's really beautiful with all the purples and then the emerald coming up. So very much the third eye and crown being connected to the heart, because you have the key on your path. So just remember, armor yourself with love. Step into that Christ golden white flame. Step into the violet flame. Step into the emerald flame. Into the Emerald City. So remember that. So walk in the Christ golden white light. Step into the violet flame and walk down the yellow brick road to the Emerald City to become magician embodiment. That could be an easy way to remember that. As the phoenix comes up, wow, the phoenix transformation with the whale, very powerful there. The whale is exhausted dealing with all this dark energy, right? The whales are usually what support us. Now they need our support because they're dealing with a lot of dark energy coming up from the bottom of the ocean, right? And as the phoenix rises from the ashes, transmuting dark to light. And the whales are natural transmuters, but they're really struggling at this time. So you might want to send them light as well and love. And then we have the camel, who's very independent, but a little bluesy because they're also struggling. Usually they're very independent and they don't get swayed easily by others. But here they are because there's so much dark around them. And then we have the crocodile behind them as well, which is why they're feeling it. And that's that energy of the reptilian energy cutting off their nose to spite their face, which isn't the book's definition, but that's the energy I get from that. Those are the energies. You see that the whale and the camel and the crocodile, again, this could be a positive energy too, that just has some reptilian energy in them, who maybe did cut their nose off to spite their face, but they're all looking toward the phoenix over here to help them transmute these energies, right? They're looking to the light, dark to light, the transformation from dark to light. They're all going towards the light. And then, of course, we have the little otter, who's already that very beautiful, pure energy light, staying very well balanced and curious and sweet, and wondering why the oyster won't come out of their shell. Come out, wherever you are. But they don't realize the reason why the oyster won't come out of their shell is because there's a little lizard over here who's not as good energy as they are. They're very well balanced. This is the lower vibration here. And that's why the shell is hiding. And this little otter may be learning by seeing why the oyster's hiding is because of this energy. They may be relating that to their own life. And so children learning from each other. And then the bottom of the deck is the shark attack. Okay, so there's the teacher, the cobra. When the student's ready, the teacher comes. And then here's the shark. There's the fox behind them. So the fox is very confident, right? They're sly as a fox. They're very committed to one-on-one relationships. When the student is ready, the teacher will come. And then the shark attack, as the first card out, was the phoenix. Okay? And as the shark comes in, the phoenix rises, transmuting dark to light. It's no match for them. Okay? And as that, it's like the phoenix transmuting dark to light is then shows an example. It's like build it and they will come. So then all of a sudden, even the most unlikely people you think won't want to ascend, all of a sudden they start coming in because they're really struggling with the dark energies and they don't like that feeling anymore. So all of their vibrations are rising, and you built it here in the phoenix rising here. And so all of these energies now are coming towards you to learn about that, how to transmute those energies. Okay, after having dealt with a shark attack. And that was the elephant in the message of the day. They had to deal with the shark. Perhaps after they saw the elephant, who everyone likes, be attacked by the shark, all of a sudden they're no longer on their side. So all of a sudden they come towards the phoenix energy of dark to light. Again, there's a lot of things playing out in order to show the example of what actually is going on, right? The unveiling of the dark to light, the dark being exposed, coming out, but they had to see the whole experience for themselves to believe it for themselves. They couldn't just be told that and believe it, because there's so many stories and so many untruths. So from the journey of love comes up. All right, we have two cards here. Simplicity, which is the Emperor. And there's look, this could be like a little mouse or a little piggy, but it looks more like a mouth and a blade of grass. And we have a simple bird flying up in the air as well, right? Very grounded and yet flying at the same time. This is about the 4, again, remember, is manifestation of survival, not of the 8, which is survival, which is manifestation of dreams. So this is saying for now, keep it simple. Just keep it very black and white and simple, like one mouse, one blade of grass, one bird. You don't have to manifest your dreams today. Just keep it simple. And then we have let the feminine lead the way with the 39, which is the Knight of Cups. Just be love. And you got the feminine has the Kundalini wrapped around their pinky, type of energy here. She's got it already. She's got this. So it's saying for the masculine, especially the masculine within the feminine as well, let your feminine lead the way. The underlying energy is the hidden beauty of the 45, the purging. Okay. This is the underlying energy with legacy of light. So again, this is very much the energy of, we missed one. But this is the Christ light. It's like he's holding space with light over here and then also holding a person over here who needs help. So the legacy of light of Christ and Mary Magdalene, the 53 of the Knight of Swords, which is the catapult, but it's also the messenger of truth or the knight in shining armor, which is the legacy of light of Christ. And then we have the womb of Mother Gaia, right? She is the womb. Within nothingness, there is everything. Within nothing, there is everything. The 2 of the high priestess. So this is the masculine energy of Christ, and then the Mary Magdalene, Gaia, Mother Mary energy of the feminine energy, and then the hidden beauty of the grieving process, the need to purge, the way your body was built to allow yourself to go into your feminine and release that anger as a feminine purge. Okay, so keep it simple, let the feminine lead the way, and then these two also want to be seen of the 7 of the Chariot and shifting universes. There's a lot of signs and symbols out there and music. And then just allow them to it's like gears. Allow them to shift into place, right? When your bike's in between gears, you can't go anywhere. Be patient and allow the gears to shift, and they will connect. And then you have the 19 of the Shakti again. So we have again that dragon energy of the 19 fire, the feminine warrior here, the Shakti. So exposing the masculine side of the feminine and the feminine side of the masculine. So the feminine side of the masculine is going in purging, and the masculine side of the feminine is rising to be the warrior and expose the light to the dark. Be that warrior of light, allowing the gears to shift. In the Chariot, which is the feminine within the masculine. The feminine within the masculine and the sun, ascending the sun, ascending to the sun. Keep it simple, let the feminine lead the way while the gears shift and the feminine warrior takes the lead, okay, because she's in her red energy over here. So she's dropping into her masculine to lead the way so the masculine can purge and heal. Okay? And him allowing his feminine side to come out of vulnerability and purging, crying, all of that kind of energy, letting go of their anger and crying instead of being angry. Then the feminine getting up that power of anger to use it in a constructive way, while the masculine uses his feminine to purge. Very interesting. All right, so we had the Phoenix was the first card out from the Animal Spirit deck, which is the base chakra, the root chakra. So it's all about safety and stability, security, survival level. So I'm not going to read that because we've read it many times before, and that's basically the meaning of it. But again, a lot of our wounds are held in our root chakra, right? Because when we're born, we receive a lot of wounds in our early childhood. And then the first card out for this deck is the number 4 in simplicity. Bow to that which is simple. You'll find answers to your most complex issues and those questions that seem to defy the possibility of an answer. You will find the solution now through simplicity. Live one day at a time. Have gratitude for whatever you possibly can. Even if you are yet to understand why you should be grateful, because you cannot perceive the gift hiding within your struggles quite yet. Trust in the goodness of life, seeking to serve you into becoming the fullness of all that you are. Yes, beloved, even in your darkest night, the light of love is serving you. The most sophisticated of problems can be resolved through the simple answer: love. Trust. Have faith. Be patient. Wait and you shall see. Let simplicity be. This oracle brings you an answer. Everything's going to be all right. Don't add fuel to the fire and look for ways to sort out complicated matters prematurely. Let the gears shift, right? So sometimes ingredients need to cook and percolate so that they can become a meal. The circumstances with which you are struggling will right themselves in time. Stay present and be patient. Pray in your own way, meditation, time in nature, dance, and literally talk to the divine. When you need to take a clear, simple action, you will feel it. Relax and know it is all going to work out for the best. There is peace for one whose heart is open. Okay. Make sure to drink your water, get your rest, get your joy in your nature, and rise and be loved, guys.